My volume is very low, and it's messing up the whole intro here. Fuck it, let's just get straight to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Milan Weekly Podcast channel. Unfortunately, we have a little bit of technical difficulties, but it's all right, man. Welcome to a special edition of Milan Coast to Coast. Of course, me and Gio here, but I am joined with a panel of some of the best people from the Milan Club NYC. I'm joined by Presidente Remo. We got, of course, Capitano Franco. We got the collector Beppe and the DJ Mikey. Fellas, how are you? Remo, we'll start with you. How are you doing, brother? Thank you for joining us.
Doing great, Fabio. Thank you so much for having us. It's great to be here. So for those that don't know me, I'm Alessandro, mostly known as Remo, affectionately known as Remo, one of the old timers of the club. So I've been around since really the beginning, as well as Franco. So still going strong after, 13, 14 years. So we're still here, and the New York club is growing every year. So,
well, Remo, I told you all the time, man, you're the best person to meet when you come to the club. Always super welcoming. Thank you so much for taking time and jumping on. Of course, Capitano, if you watch MWP, you know Franco. He's a spokesperson for the New York City club. Franco, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man.
Doing good. Good to see you guys in the middle of the summer on a summer night. Trying to take a break from Milan stuff, but it's never happening.
Impossible.
Let's be honest.
Impossible too. All right, so the next guy, Beppe, he is a collector. If you wonder what he collects, just open your godforsaken eyes. Beppe, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for jumping on.
I just want you to know I'm here to say Cardinale out.
Oh,
here we go.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
Yeah, let's have some fun. I mean, we're gonna talk Mercado, and I guess we'll all say our piece, what we want, what we like. That's what we're here for, no?
No, you're still buying 4 jerseys this year, so it's all good.
That's very true, man. I just want to know, just full disclosure, Beppe has been the guy that Gio's wanted on here for a long time, so we finally made it happen. Of course, if you paid attention to my godforsaken Twitter, Mikey helped me release an undisclosed jersey. Mikey, our DJ Mikey, how are you doing, brother? Thank you for joining us tonight.
I'm good. It's good to be here. First time on the pod, so I'm excited.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I'm really happy to have you guys on. I'd asked Gio, but he disappeared like fucking usual. Gio, how are you doing? Maybe you can stay on for a minute. Gio, turn on your mic.
Gio, you're muted.
You're muted, buddy. All right. That's the McDonald's Wi-Fi is going wild. We're going to have to blow the whistle on Gio.
They were yelling like crazy out here. I don't know what's going on. Like the neighbors.
LA is wild.
I'm doing good, but I just want to say, Milan, get your marketing for the jerseys together. Fabio released it 2 months early, and that Barcelona one, the away jersey was available in Barcelona like 2-3 weeks ago. So get your stuff together.
Well, it's dropping this week, Gio, so just be patient. Wait till Friday. They'll have it out. Bepe's having a little signal issues. He's coming in and out, but we'll get him in order there.
Yeah,
all right, so let's start with you, Remo.
Wendy's one.
Overall thoughts so far.
Oh, fine.
Now we lost you, buddy boy.
Now you lost him. Yeah.
You lost me?
Yeah.
Yeah, God damn it. Hold on. You guys hear me, or I'm still gone?
Yes,
you're good now.
Okay. Remo, let's start with you. All right. Overall thoughts on their current management situation, the ownership, what you've seen since the day after Maldini was fired.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the first couple of days after that very turbulent, but look, since then, I gotta say, looks like we're making the targeted signings. I know the Tonali thing was a bit controversial, but to be honest, that cash is helping us with some targeted signings. Look, I said it even earlier today in discussions with some guys. We've made 5 signings already. It's July 18th. We've made 5 signings in key positions. I can't remember a year that we did that. It's so early in the preseason. Raduno just began, so we haven't gotten on the preseason tour. I think we're hitting the right markers. There's still a couple of spots that we need to fill. particularly up front. But I think, the strategy seems like the correct strategy. So, look, like we said at the beginning, I'm willing to give it till the end of the Mercato and give them the time to do what they have to do, and then we'll make our judgments. But so far, I'm pleased with what I'm seeing.
Yeah, you know what? As somebody who's been kind of bipolar in the last month, I definitely can understand giving them some time at this point. But Franco, you have your ear to the pulse usually of this club. So what's your thoughts? What's your opinion of everything that's gone on in the last month? I know you spoke to Vinny immediately after Maldini getting let go. I don't know if it was before Tonali happened.
Yeah, it was.
It was, right? So
Yeah.
what's your overall feeling it's been for the last month?
Yeah, I mean, like Remo said, good on the management for taking care of business right away.
Absolutely.
Other than that, it's hard to assess them like this early in the game, right? Like whether all this movement in the summer mercato translates into success on the field remains to be seen, and that's where like the real evaluation gets made, right? It's not about July, because if that was the case, then Inter would have been the best team in the world in the 90s and early 2000s. So, it's not always about mercato. It's about the product that you put on the field after it. My concern with all of these moves is you're looking at a significantly different starting lineup. So, is this enough time for even that to gel? Ownership is a different question. I don't know if we're there yet. Are we
Yeah. It's all roped in.
Yeah, because management and ownership are two different things. Furlani and Moncada and then Jerry and friends are two different things. Like, regardless of what Jerry's plan is, he's shown a lack of regard for Milanismo. Let's put it that way. Whether it's deliberate or not. Milan culture, Milan history, fans. Milan fans are serious people. There needs to be a level of respect for the culture. And, I know we're used to American sports. Like, the only time you see the GM is on like draft day. They don't really go in front of the mics too often. But in Italy, that's not the case. And, people need to see the owner, whether he likes it or not. Optics aren't everything, but sometimes things do need to be kept behind closed doors, and that's fine. But zero transparency that we've had up until now is a little disconcerting on the surface. Let's put it that way.
And you know what? That was one of my gripes, is that you don't see this guy for months on end, and then he shows up the last week, and immediately we feel completely destabilized. So, like, for me, when I saw it, it definitely worried me. But I hear what you're saying. Beppe, you're passionate. You got a lot of opinions. What do you think about so far what you've seen from? And yeah, like Franco said, this very American. As soon as the season's over, they gave us a Black Monday. It's exactly what happens usually in the NFL, stuff like that. They start firing people the day after. It was not what we expected. But what's your opinion of everything so far?
Well, if we go the American route, the one that we're very familiar with is the Roma one. And to be honest, I want no fucking part of that. I'll tell you right now. However, I can't, usually I'm very harsh, but I can't criticize the team at the present time because of what they're doing. They're getting the plays that they got to get. But in a way, I could also make the argument that, no shit, you guys sold Tonali. The least you could fucking do is sign people. What are you gonna do? You're gonna sleep until August? So it's like this. The only thing is, I'm hoping, I pray to God that it is gonna be, they're all gonna come to fruition. The Rangers is coming from Holland,
from the North Pole. Yeah,
he could do very good. Left as cheek, he's got to come from Chelsea. Is he gonna do good? It's a lot of questions, but I hope that Pioli could do what he's got to do, because I remember this time last year, us raving about, at the least coming back from Bordeaux is going to be so good. What happened? So Pioli this year is Pioli's year to show us something, because you can't.
Oh, he's going to be the scapegoat if he doesn't get the team going.
The team is giving you something, and I think you got to get Musa, you got to get a couple of other players, and I think this team actually. I don't want to sound like I'm bipolar, but I think this team, given what's been going on with the other teams in Serie A so far, we could definitely try to cause some damage in Serie A.
I think we should be feeling
And
that
I don't
way.
mean just top four.
No, I agree. I think this is a battle of the two Milan clubs. If they are not battling for 1 and 2, one of them should be embarrassed with themselves because we see Roma. We don't know what we're gonna get. Juve should be worse. Lazio seems like they're getting worse. So Napoli? Napoli's gonna have a new coach. So who knows what we're gonna get from them? And there's still possibility they sell one of their big players. So we still have Leao, we have Mignon, we have Giroud, we have Teo. We still have our core of our great players. Now we just got to add more, and we'll get to the other one that we added that I'm very excited about. Mikey, what's your overall opinion of what's gone on for the last month, bro?
I kind of agree with Franco a lot, actually, on what he said. Management and ownership, two very different things.
Yeah.
Jerry kind of showing that Milanismo is not a thing to him at all, just kind of like letting stuff go. He didn't even know we were like, decent or did well in Europe, like way back when. I know I'm not old enough, obviously, to speak for like, the old Champions Leagues. I was 6 years old when we won the last one, but
That's crazy.
it was like
6? Holy shit.
Shit, man.
Oh my God. I was out of college already. Holy shit.
Man,
That's
Mikey,
where I was.
Mikey,
like,
that says even more about you, brother, because you had to deal with nothing but failure and mediocrity, and you stuck by the club. I appreciate that. That's good.
stuck by it, and I mean, growing up, I still had like Ronaldinho and maybe like out of prime Nesta and just like a bunch of other guys, but it's always just been like, Milanismo is so important to the club. You have to respect our accolades and accomplishments and who we are. And then, I mean, management. Yeah, we're getting what we need to get done. Obviously, I'm not too happy about Tonali leaving. That's definite. I have said some things on Twitter I definitely regret, with Tonali leaving. But
That's what Twitter's for.
listen,
It's for emotion, not
it is what it is. That's football. At the end of the day, it's a business. Fans can't do anything about it, and yeah.
No, it's true. It's very true. But all right, G, we're gonna have to move on to topics here, so you'll get the first crack at it as we go around. All right, we've done a lot of additions right now. Obviously, we spoke about Sportiello, Loftus-Cheek, Romero. Of course, my favorite player, Christian Pulisic, baby. I'm right. Listen, I'm sorry. I am a homer, baby. All right. However you want to pronounce the name, I don't care. But I'm going to hear it yelled, hopefully, over the speaker at the San Siro. That's all I care. And now, as of today, we got Tejani Reindeer, whatever. We're never going to pronounce this name right. But these are 5 good signings. So, G, we've added all these guys. Besides Tonali, have we gotten rid of anybody?
Tatarusano.
Tatarusano, that's right.
We got rid of Brescianini, for free. We like giving people.
Gio was going to mention that. Gio's very upset.
The additions is cool, Fabio, but give me some effing Italians. And Sportello doesn't count because he's right in the bench. Like, let's be honest. Yeah. Give me some effing Italians. That's what I've been saying. I got called the R word that ends with a T because I said I wanted more Italians 6 months ago on the podcast. Somebody DM'd me and they told me, I was like, bro, we're an Italian club. What more do you ask for?
We got
That's the only problem I got. Huh? No, I don't want no AI Italians, okay? I don't want that Facundo kid that's from Uruguay and has like an Italian passport. I don't want Musa who has an Italian. Those are AI, okay? AI is very dangerous, okay? And that's what we're getting. We can't even like ask Torino, like, give me Ricci for Pobega swap or something like that. All we're in for is AI Italians, and I don't like that.
Gio's been hanging out on the picket lines over there in LA. He's worried about AI. All right. Remo, so from our additions, any subtractions you wish we would have made already? Just kind of what's your overall opinion of so far, these guys?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely got to drop some dead weight. I mean, Macias comes to mind right away, but and I know there's certain guys. Look, there's certain guys headed out the door for sure. I agree with you. More Italian players from the Vivaio, from the farm system would be good. I mean, for me, like bringing Colombo back gives depth, right? Something like that, the attacking position.
Yeah.
Look what they're doing again. What they're doing right now, the signings are very targeted, and we need depth, right? But we also have to. We missed some depth last year, and we know that from injury, other reasons. But we need a long bench if we want to do Champions League, we want to do Campionato, Coppa Italia. But we also, if you look at the types of players we've been getting, like this Rangers kid, I can't say his name. One of the things that Pioli liked about him is he played 54 out of 54 games last year. All right. These guys are like the machines, right? He wants guys who can run up and down, box to box, Loftus Cheek. He wants a very high octane midfield, like, physical as well, right? That's why we're looking at guys like Musa. I know Chukwueze they're looking to play a very physical style, a European style, right? Attack on the wing. Very, you got to be more physical. And I think we noticed that last year. We didn't have that physicality at times. So that's why I'm saying that the signings are targeted, physicality and speed. They're looking for the right elements.
Yeah, you know what? A lot of our guys are not small guys. That seemed to be our gripe. That Tonali, Benacer, even Krunic, these guys are not very big in the midfield. But Loftus Cheek is like 6'5" or whatever he is, and then even Rangers is like 6'1", something like that. Only poor little Romero, but he's the Diaz, he's this year's Diaz. So he's like, Gio, what is he, 5'4"? G.
Romero's shorter than me.
5'4",
that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
All right, Franco. So from what the guys that we've gotten, even some of the guys, are we gonna get rid of Origi? Is Rebic ever gonna leave? These guys are getting paid such ridiculous salaries. How can we make it worth their while? Can we please get a Saudi Arabian team on the line and get them to please up their salary to get them out of here?
Yeah, the word with Origi was that he turned down one of the Saudi offers because he just didn't want to go there. I think when it's all said and done, he'll find his way back to the Premier League somehow, some way. There'll be some bottom feeder Premier team that'll just look to get him to have a name on their team and give him the money that he wants. I have a positive feeling about that, at least. I mean, it just didn't work out for him. I don't dislike the guy. Sometimes some players are just wrong place, wrong time, and I think that's what happened with him at Milan. Rebic, I don't know where you're gonna find a buyer for this guy. I feel bad saying that. I mean, 2-3 years ago we were in love with the dude, but I've never seen such a nosedive for a player.
Also, the last 2 weeks, I believe the last week he was a healthy scratch. He's becoming a malcontent. That's a little
essentially
unlike him,
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, the addition of Loftus Cheek is pretty good. I don't know much about the guy, but what I've seen, just on the first days of training, just the way he moves, he'll just go at guys, like you said.
Yeah.
Big dude, turns his shoulder down as he's going at people, and I think it's definitely a physicality that we were missing.
No, I agree, man. That's why some of these guys, I just like that we're getting bigger guys for our midfield. It's just important because it's really lacked in the last couple of years. But Beppe, from the guys that we've gotten, even some of the guys that we might still need to get rid of, Balotelli's still there. Supposedly they're looking at a few others, even left and right back, possibly to at least. We'll see who else they get. But the Italian thing is really that's hovering over. You can't get rid of Pobega if you have no other Italian to fill the shoes. We have Gabbia still. Is he going to stay? Will he go on loan? Are we keeping him just for the Italian quota? So of the guys and the additions, same question, man. How do you feel with everything?
Me, being Italian, I would like to see this problem that we have. I know it's now we're talking about the national team.
Yeah, it's kind of the whole country, yeah.
But this is the problem. Wea, Thuram, Morata, all these players that are getting talks that are coming in, Left Cheek, all these people that are coming over.
Did you say left ass cheek?
Left ass cheek, yeah. That's gonna be his name. Left ass cheek.
Okay.
So all these players that are coming in, they're I know what people are gonna say. Well, who do we have in Italy? They all suck. Okay. The problem is, 10 years ago, this is when it started. Now we have no national team because these Italian teams do not go after the Italian players no more because we're not patient enough.
Yeah.
We just want the ready-made player that we could get, and they're all foreigners. They're all, whether they're from England, we've been going after France.
Well, it's also
the
too
French
because
league.
the other teams try to ransack us. Every they'll bend over backwards and spread their left ass cheek for Juve to do deals and loans. But when Milan comes, that price that was 20 for them is all of a sudden 40 plus. I mean, the other clubs haven't made it easy on us either.
Yeah,
You know
Kaido never spent a cent in his life. All of a sudden, he can afford $8 million, for a player to help out Juve somehow. I don't understand how that works, but
unfortunately, what the problem is, we used to have ownership that when they came into a room, you talk about Berlusconi and Galliani, when they walked into a room, they could get anybody and anyone. They could get the Pope from the fucking Vatican if they wanted to. The only thing that came close to it, although it was a train wreck, was when the summer of the formal things, delle cose formali, when they were buying up everybody. Every week there was a signing. Even Borini found his way inside that mixture. Which you know what? Consider Romero the Borini of this year, because Romero, I'm sorry, this fucking guy. Hopefully he becomes this hidden gem, but I just keep seeing Dybala and Zac Efron, if they fucking smash each other, that's what it looks like. I can't. I can't take this kid seriously. Although, didn't we all have the same feeling about when Kaká came in? He looked like a guy, like an intern from a fucking company. So you never know. You never know. Maybe
never
he is going to
know.
be something. You never know.
There's got to be something that somebody, Pioli or someone, sees in this kid, because quite frankly, I don't understand why they're so obsessed.
Yeah, he was
with
for
this
free.
guy.
He came for free.
Yeah, that's the thing. He came for free. And honestly, excuse me for being just like, I know it's not Maldini and Co anymore, but the last couple of winter mercato makes me wonder, why the hell are we bringing some of these players in? Obviously the goalkeeper last year, never to be seen. I don't understand why we bought him. Maybe Romero's the same thing. We just bought him to hopefully make a profit on him, turn him around. Or we'll find out. I mean, that's what this summer, the U.S. tour, hopefully will show us why we've bought some of these players. Obviously, the midfielders, we know why. But is Romero really in our plans? I mean, he's 18. I didn't see him in Lazio at all. I just saw him holding a bird in a picture. I don't know what the hell that was about, but that's it.
To be honest, I got 7 million for him on FIFA. I managed to make a plusvalenza of 7 million on Romero on FIFA. So
was this for Milano Red?
No. They stole AC Milan.
Okay.
I sold them to Panathinaikos. I guess they needed a goalkeeper. That's Mr. You remember Malesani's famous team?
Oh man!
You do like Juve and only say you spent 5 million, even though it's 7 million, or
that's on the side.
Okay.
Mikey. So, of the guys that we've gotten, some of the people that we still have sticking around, what's your overall opinion so far of the Mercato?
Definitely excited for Pulisic and Reinders. I think they're going to be the breakouts. Hopefully, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm hoping they, are the most effective. Loftus-Cheek, we brought him in as a replacement for Tonali. I hope he does what he's supposed to do. And obviously, all these Chelsea fans and the Premier League fans that see this happening. Oh, injuries this, injuries that. Shut up.
Listen, Chelsea guys coming to Milan has worked out pretty good for us. It's Milan players going to Chelsea hasn't necessarily worked out for them so much, but maybe Thiago Silva. But you're excited about Pulisic. I mean, I'm extremely excited about Pulisic. I think he will be our right winger. I think the things with Chukwueze has come somewhat soured. And I don't know if they're going to go back and really continue to bargain with Villarreal, despite the fact that they seem to be working on another player now from Villarreal. So we'll see if that works out, possibly another backup for Leao. But
I don't know about soured. It's just the fact that we only have one non-EU spot kind of left throughout this whole thing. So it's really making the smart signing as opposed to just signings.
Don't worry, Pulisic has a Croatian passport. He's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. He said it.
I just looked at the clock in the top corner. 26 minutes. We made it.
But yeah, obviously, like regarding who we need out the club, Messias, Origi, Rebic. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Messias is 31 years old, has the end product of an elephant, just can't play the sport if he wanted to. Of all the Brazilians you can get in world football, I think have managed to get the worst one of all of them.
Didn't he work for Amazon 5 years ago? The fucking guy.
DHL.
Delivering packages.
DHL.
Crotone's best DHL driver. That's the joke.
Listen.
And then obviously Origi just doesn't try. I agree with Franco in the sense that maybe he might. I've heard rumors that Aston Villa or Bournemouth are interested, so we'll see what happens with that. And Rebic, how do you appear in an Eintracht Frankfurt ad for retro jerseys, but they haven't even signed you? Sign the guy. We don't want him here. Obviously, 3 years ago, we wanted him here. He was an X factor in that left wing spot. But now it's just, please, we're past you. We are.
This is what happens when you give a guy a big salary, and then he has no will to continue on. Just look at Real Madrid with Hazard. The guy is their highest paid player, I think, of the last year or 2 years, and he rides the bench. Why would you leave? You're just relaxing. You go to the gym every day. You collect your paycheck. You don't even play. You just go home. These guys got it made. It's unfortunately our management fault for giving them this sort of contract, and now we're getting stuck with them because people don't want to take them.
Exactly.
I think Origi is the thing that bothers me most because he's extremely high on the salary list and he offers nothing. And secrets out, guys. I want all the Belgians off the team. I don't care. I'm sorry. All of you got to go. Maybe Salad Maker, you're the only one allowed to stay, but the rest of you, out. Out. Gio, let me ask one question to you before we move on to the next topic. If somebody comes a knocking with 25 million, are you selling Charlie? Because he's not in charge. He's not in charge. All right. Charles needs to go. What do you say? 25 mil and he's gone?
I mean, if it's from PSV, I'll just trade him for Bakayoko, right wing, another Belgian. But if not, I mean, me at the end of the day.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
Is this the brother? Is this the brother of the other Bakayoko or no relation?
No.
I know you loco for Bakayoko. That's what it is. All right.
But I think Aston Villa, they could get to 30, 35. They have the money. They're throwaway money. I think they're new owners. I think they have money just to throw in the air. Like pretend that they're at Sue's rendezvous and they throw it in the air and the girls catch it. So, you know what? Give us 30, 35 million. And I think they said that they want like a 30% future resale. So these guys know that CDK could bang. But you know what CDK means to the new management? It says Maldini, number 3. That's what it is. And if he bangs, the people will look at this new management like they're crazy.
Bangs. Get the fuck out of here. This guy.
Why do you want a 30% resale sale then? Why do you want a 30%
That's
resale?
just in
because
case.
No. Nothing just in case. Nothing just in case, Fabio. Maybe you don't see the talent, but a lot of people see the talent.
You want to know why I don't see it? Because he didn't show me shit this year. All right. And don't tell me about September 2022. What happened to the rest of the year? He didn't do anything. I'm sorry. You produce on the field. Even the little time when he came on, he looked lost. He looked lost in the sauce. Let me go around quickly. Remo, they come 25 mil. Are you selling them? Or do you say, no, we're keeping them?
Absolutely. See ya.
Peace out, CDK Franco. Are you patient or you say, let's cut our losses here? It's only a 10 mil loss. Let's get rid of them.
No, apparently to not take a complete minus Valenza, you have to get to 28. So it's really not that big of a deal. Like, so if somebody comes with 25, my answer is no. Because there's no reason to take a minus Valenza if you can get to 28 or 30. So even like 28, you're just kind of like breaking even, and it's just like whatever. But 30, 35, yes, but not 25. No.
Beppe, this guy supposedly says he doesn't want to leave. He wants to stay another year. But if you're there, you, Verlani, Moncada sitting at a table, what is Beppe saying? This motherfucker got to go, or we'll give him another chance?
So you better get the fuck out of my face. That's what I'm gonna tell you. You better get the fuck out of my face. 25 million over 28, whatever it is. And you know what? I told the same thing on the chat. I wasn't opposed to them signing him, but apparently Pioli's not going to play him because that's what people's grief on is the fact that look at Tonali's first year, look what happened the following year. So you're going to take a loss. Problem is, if you keep him on and he's even more shitty, you ain't even getting 15 million.
Right.
So it's a risk you got to take. So if you could take 25, 28, get rid of him because unfortunately, Pioli's there. He's not going to play the same way. Pioli's not going to change his mind. He's not going to hit his head and say, you know what? I think I'm going to play you now. It's not Angels in the outfield with Tony Danza gets a second shot of fucking redemption. It's not going to happen.
That's a great reference right there.
Pull the reference out of your ass. Jesus Christ.
First of all, that's a little too close for us Yankee fans losing yesterday. But Mikey, he comes 25 mil. Is he gone, or are you holding on to your CDK jersey? What say you?
28, definite gone. 25, no. But also there's a part of me that kind of wants to see him get like an actual chance in a way. I feel like we're being too harsh on him. I know we did spend a lot, but also I think we're being a bit too harsh.
Oh, that must hurt. Oh my God!
Wait for it.
More. There's
Wait
more.
for it.
This is the summer of hell.
Oh my God!
Dude,
Oh
you jinxed both of these guys.
Oh my
shit.
God! Oh, please pull out a Desk jersey next, please.
There has to be a Desk jersey.
Right, but so here's the deal. Like,
No wonder they played like shit. Oh man, jeez, come on, dude. All right, well he saved an important goal in the derby.
Hold on, just Beppe. I warn you, don't ever pull out that top to the side again. You've been. Oh my! Those are all from last season.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
They were all issued. The Getelaire one maybe there's so many issues because he never actually wears them in a game, so doesn't play. Doesn't actually sweat.
Oh my God!
But Fabio, that's why I said at the beginning, his opinion of management is that he's going to buy 4 jerseys this year anyway.
None of that money goes to Milan. Those are
Puma,
traded
right?
jerseys.
Oh, okay,
no, those are trade. Yeah, he doesn't buy from Milan store.
Those are actual issued.
Yeah.
They were in the locker room. They make 3 shirts per each player.
Oh, okay.
So they change him first half, second half shirt, and the third shirt is supposed to be like an emergency if it gets
just in
ripped,
case they get
or
ripped.
if they want to, So.
All right. Well, all right. So let's get to the next topic, guys. I'm a homer, as we all are here. We are all American, the whole American panel. Finally, the Canadians are out of here. All right. So we got Pulisic now, Mr. Captain America, even though I hate that nickname. I love Captain America. We don't need to add extra stress on this kid. But 24 years old, basically you could say possibly the brightest American that's ever been playing. You know, I know some people will say Landon Donovan. I don't think so. The kid's only 24, and he's been pretty spectacular. As long as he stays healthy, let's get that bullshit out of the way. And then possibly we got Musa coming next. So I ask you guys, do we think this is going to have any impact regarding Milan in the United States? And we start with you, Presidente.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm with you, man. I'm 100% on board with this, Fabio, because this guy, you know, besides the marketing angle, everything you want to say, they're buying the kid's a good player, and I think he's looking for redemption after the couple really tough years in Chelsea. I mean, go back to look at his Dortmund days. You know, when he was only 18, the stuff he could do. He has it in him, right? It's a redemption story. Obviously, he's had injury issues, things like that. Coming to Serie A, I mean, look, they've already, and Milan's milking this, right? They're already pumping out the media content. They had his interview. They had a little snippet of him like trying to say words in Italian. Like it's tailor made for this club. But I really think it's not just the marketing scheme. The kid has talent, and I think he's looking to for a shot at redemption to really restart his career. And I think he's excited. I think he's motivated, and he fills a position that we need. Right? He can play. He's naturally a left winger, but he can play on the right. Play trequartista. He's very versatile. So I think he's a creative player that we needed. Like I'm excited about this move for many reasons. Like
I think also too, like you mentioned, like he can play on the left side. If we do need to give Leao some time off, or God forbid he has a little issue that he might have to miss a week or here, now we have a solid player that can back him up. I'm sure they're going to pick him up. Whether they switch formation to the 4-3-3, that's also whether he's going to be playing that cam position or if he is going to be our right wing. It'd be surprising if we sign another right winger that we don't stay kind of with the 4-2-3-1, because then Pulisic would play behind the striker. He has a great rapport with Giroud, which is great. Obviously they put the video out. But Franco, from a USA standpoint, do we think immediately? I thought yes. Now kids maybe in Middle America who are maybe not as many Italians around. Now here's a chance to have more Milan fans starting young because they're following the U.S. team, more U.S. nationals paying attention to Milan, paying attention to Serie A. We see this as a plus, right, for everything?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen it a little bit already. We're starting to get, trickle-ins of, followers. And like when you look at the club account and you see like followers coming in and you kind of just give a little quick look of like, who is this person? And you could tell that they're like more of a U.S. national team fan that are now like, looking for Milan groups across the country. I think it's a really good sign. I think your point about younger kids is huge. Like, I work in a school and I always use them as like the biggest pulse of what's popular and what is known. And like, for example, like the years that Ronaldo was at Juve, like
he saved the league. Saved the league.
No, but not even that. Like you saw Juve jerseys all over the school. Like 8 and 10-year-olds knew what Juventus was because Ronaldo was on the team. And like for American soccer fans, like 8 and 10-year-olds are now going to know what Milan is more than because of Leao and more because of like Theo Hernandez. Like now because of Christian Pulisic. There's no doubt that it's good on our end. Like Remo said, it's good on the Milan end too. He's a very versatile player who's going to play in 3 different positions. I really do like having a formidable backup for Leao.
Yes.
And then you mentioned Giroud. Like often you'll be a little worried for an American going to Serie A. Not many Americans have had any success at all.
The last one we had was a fucking train wreck.
Who am I?
Serginho.
Like no, forget about Des. Like, but like if you think about Michael Bradley, Michael. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm just talking about in Serie A, but like Michael Bradley had mild success in Serie A. He did really well at Chievo, and then he got a move to Roma. And other than him and Lawless, like no other names really come to mind as far as American players.
I mean, McKennie got to.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so. Maybe McKennie more than anybody.
All within recent history, where
right. So like that's 3 names instead of 2. Like
yeah.
So normally, like one would be worried for an American going to Serie A, but the familiarity of his teammates, and knowing people really, really well, and he had some pretty good, chemistry with Giroud in that one season at Chelsea, like where you're not as concerned about that. So that hopefully that turns into success for him, and he needs to stay healthy. It's going to be tough. The other issue there is when you have an American player, it's just like having a South American player, because they're going to go and fly across the ocean for international break, and then he's the captain. He's going to play 180 minutes. The only good thing is that the U.S. has nothing to qualify for in the next year. Thank God. Thank God. Like we're just gonna we're gonna just wait it out until the World Cup, but. For the most part, Christian Pulisic, if he goes to the international break and has 2 games to play with the national team, he's going to play 180 minutes.
Yeah.
And then has to get on a plane and go across the ocean again. It's just like having a South American player. You got to really hold your breath when they come back over here and play with the national team.
Yeah. Very true. Very true on that point. Beppe, what do you think, man? Do you have? Did you make a Pulisic order already? Do you have one coming?
No, because I don't buy jerseys of the stores. No, but he's gonna
Very
definitely
true.
be a player that I'm be interested in. But to be honest, I do like him. And please, it's Pulisic, not Pulisic.
Pulisic, whatever. But
I hear it on Sky Sports and like I feel like it's much nicer as Pulisic.
He
I
said,
like it.
I
I like
like
Pulisic
Pulisic.
too, but he does
I
say
know.
Pulisic. Yeah,
he says
He does
Pulisic.
say he
Like,
says
yeah.
Pulisic.
he does. That's why the Italians are saying it that way too.
Oh.
Everybody knows it's Pulisic.
Right, right. But he actually says Pulisic, so with a hard C. So what are you gonna do?
But I am happy that he's there. Although I do see it like now, if I gotta be the pain in the ass, I do see it as a mainly a marketing move by Redbird to try to get the fans and try to get tapping into this market. I'm hoping that in the meantime, you find the rebirth of the Pulisic. Oh, sounds so weird. The Pulisic from the Pulisic from Borussia Dortmund,
Yeah,
because that player was just insane. That player made in such a short period of time became the most dominant American soccer player of all time, and I'm not even exaggerating. I still think career-wise, Landon is a little bit, in front of
I
him,
don't know. Landon's a little drunk, bro. He
but
was
he's
telling
but,
him at
but
24 to
he's
go to the
iconic.
MLS.
right.
Yeah, but he's I mean, as far as career, I think he had a bigger whatever. And I even told them I was like, as far as American players, I like him, and I would like two players from the American. One of, believe it or not, is actually Christian, and the other one is Clint Mathis. I love
Nice.
Clint Mathis.
Love that guy.
So
You had
I
hair,
mean,
mohawk like him when you used to have hair. Did you ever have a
no,
mohawk?
no. Now I can't have nothing because I got nothing.
Mikey, do you think even we're kind of just thinking about Pulisic. But what about Musa, man? I mean, Musa seems to be locking down. We're gonna have two Americans on the squad, and Musa was starting for the World Cup. He's not a slouch. Coming from Valencia, he can be again a really valuable member of our midfield. So do you think this is going to be you're going to see a lot more Milanista walking around in NYC who maybe haven't found their way to the football factory just yet?
Time will tell. I think time will tell personally, but honestly, I think the Pulisic signing brilliant just from all ends. I mean, yeah, obviously marketing as Serie A is still like growing back from where it used to be, after Ronaldo left, kind of went stale. I guess it's going to come back again because of Pulisic, but also, just having the USMNT involved in Serie A in general is such like a big thing. Obviously McKennie, it won't be at Juve for much longer, but having Pulisic and maybe even Musa. And I remember 3-4 years ago, Maldini wanted to actually sign Musa and it never acted on it. So now that it's actually coming into fruition, it's very telling how the club wants to move. And even if we do move in this like American direction, we obviously haven't had such good experiences with Americans in the past. Onyewu being obviously depressing and Dest playing maybe 2 games and leaving, but it's
Dest's salary was depressing.
Yeah, I don't know how Barca's paying him that much, but good on them. Whatever you do, you not our problem. But
no, I got you. So look, one of our boys in here. So we're gonna give Gio this question. Frankie's asking a question in the chat. Let me pull it up here. Oh, all right. Any day now. Is it up there? You see it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Is ownership thinking of a future of Pulisic as Leao's replacement if they sell him after this season? Gio, what do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I think they just needed somebody that sells shirts because, like I've been mentioning, Donali sold 29% of the shirts sold, and I think we sold like 1 million shirts. And don't let that new Gaceta thing fool you with the layout 59%, okay? Because not a lot of shirts have been sold recently. So don't let that fool you guys, okay? But I think, you know what? Pulisic, I don't know. I think he works more as a 10. A roaming player, somebody that doesn't really have a position, but he could cover it the right. He could cover that because that's what When the U.S. destroyed Mexico, he was all over the pitch. He was on the right wing. He was on the left wing. He was in the middle. He was grabbing the ball from deep in the midfield. So, I mean, I think Pulisic is going to be good, but they calling this the Captain America and the Falcon, bro. This
No, no, they're not. That
yeah, on Twitter, I was like, that's kind of low key racist for Musa, but hey, it is what it is. But Musa, that's that AI shit that I don't like, Fabio. I mean,
stop it. You're an American hater. That's what it is.
Look, and for Musa, I've been seeing a lot of people who follow the U.S. national team, and they've been saying that he's not ready yet at 20. So that's kind of scary for me because we need these guys to hit the ground running if we're gonna do some damage. Because
just think of him as just depth, at least on the roster.
Krunic starts getting drunk, Fabio. He starts getting drunk. After the Napoli game, I gave him his respect, right? When we passed in the Champions League. But look at the games after the Napoli game. How many back passes did he make to the defense that almost cost us goals? He cannot play a consistent game of 40 games, Krunic. He could give you 15 here, and then let's rest him another 2-3 games so he could get his mind in order, and then he could play. Krunic cannot play 40 games straight. And like they said, what's his name? Horcancel said that Krunic is Pioli's lover. So I don't know. We're gonna see a lot of him. But to be honest, we sent Pobega for Ricci in a swap, and then Messias for Single. That's another AI Italian because he's like homegrown. Another AI Italian coming through, and we're gonna be taken over by AI Italians. Got that Italian passport, and you're American. You're welcome here at Milan, according to Jerry Cardinale.
Oh my God.
Mikey, what did you want to say, man?
I was trying to say how, Musa was always going to be a depth signing. Right now, obviously,
I think so.
Obviously, he's going to play more because Benacer's out till January?
Maybe February because he's going to have the African Nations Cup.
Yeah, I forgot about AFCON, but
that could be another problem with Chukwueze as well. If we sign him. He could be playing on Nigeria, I think.
Musa was always going to be a depth signing. He's not going to play as many minutes, obviously, because Krunic, we all know, is probably going to start with Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Tiani Reinders, but it's just a matter of, how many minutes you're going to play Musa, because once Benacer comes back, those minutes are getting reduced heavily. And I know. Heavily.
But listen, when we won our Scudetto, it's because we had three midfielders having to battle, sometimes playing all together. But that's what you need. You can't rely on just two good guys. You have to have a third and fourth guy to push the other two to keep at the top. I always said that was why Diaz didn't want to leave, right? Because Diaz knew he was starting. Because CDK couldn't sniff a chance of starting over him. But you got to have the depth to push the players to really keep playing better. But let's move on to the next topic. What? You're a betting man. You're a betting man. This is for our boy Vito from the club. Vito always got the line, right? He always knows. So I'm going to ask you guys percentage-wise. I hit the wrong one again. Excuse me. Betting line percent, all right? What percent are you at that we get our second star next season? Remo, we start with you, baby. What percentage, you right now, what's the betting line in your head?
Well, I'm not much of a betting guy, but I mean, it's still my friend said it's early, but I don't know. I'll say 50-50. I don't know. Let's
50%. Yeah, that's a high number, Remo. That's high.
If we play, here's the thing, and I'll just make a quick comment because, like you just said, Fabio, when we won the Scudetto that year, we were out of Europe by November. Okay,
yeah.
This thing that's not that's why we need these depth signs. Let's not underestimate the taxing energy that you use in Champions League. Like last year, obviously we dropped points. They got a lot of small teams, no question. But we went to the semis. The energy we expended in Champions League last year cost us some performances in Campeonato. I'm convinced of this. So if we increase the depth, I think we can do well in both competitions. I don't see why. I mean, I think last year was particular situation too, where Napoli was so far ahead of everybody else. Like it wasn't just us that was far behind; everybody was far behind Napoli. So I think there is some balance. It's going to be competitive this year, and I don't see other teams like you mentioned getting much stronger. Again, it's still July, but I don't see these other teams really getting strengthening themselves. I think we have a fair chance as long as we build the depth into the squad. We can go for it.
Listen, if it's 50%, I put my money on it, baby, because I think the Campeonato should be our first and foremost. We need to get that second star before Inter does. That's all I'm saying. All right, so Remo's saying 50%. That's a high number. Franco, where are you at percentage-wise? What do you think?
35.
35. All right, that's a little more realistic.
Especially
Pepe,
if you're talking about today. Like Napoli hasn't lost their two stars.
That's true.
Their two main dudes left. They lost Kim, but they haven't lost the other two guys up top. For me, they're still the favorite as of right now. If they still have those guys at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Inter is still a relatively strong squad. And so you give them the other percentage. Milan and Inter split 35-35 or whatever, or give Napoli 30% and Milan and Inter 25-25. But that's where I'm at.
All right, fair enough. Beppe, what do you think the percentage is we get our second star next season?
28%.
Ooh, 28. All right.
We go back to that 28.
That's the magic number.
I feel like it's between 25 and 30. So 28, maybe we get maybe it's a good omen that I put that number out there. Maybe some team in England wants to get this little Belgian freaking kid from the Kinder chocolate fucking thing. But anyway, listen, it's not. We don't know yet because, first of all, and I'm gonna go a sidebar for a little bit.
All right.
Yankees Mets. Subway Series, this and that. We're both in last place. you cannot assume, and on paper nothing happens. That's what I said. We got to see how everybody pans out, because right now we're not even thinking about Roma. Who knows if Roma becomes this revelation this year?
They're going to be a revelation in the Europa League. That's what it is.
But still, sometimes maybe it is going to hurt us to play. Again, we have to get depth because playing the Champions League is going to take away a lot of energy. So who knows where we're going to be? Juve is playing with nothing. Juve is going to get banned out of Europe. So Juve is going to just have, nobody's mentioning Juve. As garbage as they are, we don't know what they're going to be. So
as long as Allegri's still coach, I think we're all right.
But Allegri last year Allegri made it to the Champions League. Let's forget about the penalty. Allegri made it to the Champions League. I'm going to nothing. It's a reality.
No, I know, but again, Vinny would tell you that the reason maybe you approach those couple of weeks that the points are taken away, then given back, you approach the game completely differently. So shame on Serie A for doing that and having such a circus in the middle of the season instead of either laying down the law and you move on, or you wait until the end of the season and do it so then everybody knows where they are. But the back and forth, I don't know. I haven't been very pleased, and I'm pretty sure most, if you ask a Juve fan out there if they're happy with the soccer they get to see or football that they get to see, they wouldn't be, because it's very ugly to watch. Yes, they grind out, 3 points here or there, but it's very ugly soccer to watch. So if that's what continues on in Torino, I'm very happy. Let them struggle. It'll be beautiful. Sure. We need to have an 8 or 9 year struggle. Get them in their own banter era. That's what they deserve after the cheating and everything else they've done. But Mikey, percentage-wise, where are you at with our second star, baby? Come on!
I'm between 25 to 30. I feel like, just to be fair to everyone.
All right. I like the 50%. I'm leaning towards Remo now. That's it.
But just the shining star of optimism.
I'm more of an optimist than Remo most times, and I'm trying to be fair. Like, I'm just like, obviously nothing's guaranteed. Just need to see how we play. If anything changes tactically, whatever happens, happens. This is an unpredictable league. It's an unpredictable sport in general. You never know with anything.
Very true. Very true. And just kind of echoing what Franco said earlier, we have a lot of new players They need to integrate into the team. They need to get used to playing with one another. It is a different league for most of them, so we'll see how that really works out. Gio, are you an optimist? Are you in that 4 or 5 number? Well, where are you at on the percentage we're getting our second star?
I'm gonna give it to you, real Fabio. I'm
my.
at a 10% because
Oh my God! His phone is dying. 10%.
Pep Pioli, bro. Like, you know, he has a harder system than Pep Guardiola, so it's gonna take the team to gel. Pep Guardiola's team don't start gelling until January, so I don't know when. That's the only problem that why I can't get my guarantee, especially if we're gonna have Krunis playing all those games. I don't think he's gonna be doing a lot of back passes that are gonna scare me. But 10%. But I gotta see if these guys gel, Fabio. I gotta see on the pit. After Bologna, I'll message you guys, everybody on Twitter, and I'll add you, and then I'll say I might say 100%. But I need to see after Bologna. And you know what? Thank you, Serie A, for putting us Bologna, because Bologna is a tough team, man. They hit you, they elbow you, they give you the Charlie horses that you can't even walk, and that's what we need to know. That's what we're gonna know. If Butt Cheeks and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is gonna be able to play in this league. And thank you, Serie A, for that, because we need to know.
Yeah, but no thanks for putting it out on Monday.
Yeah, really.
Oh, shoot, it's on a Monday? Blue Monday?
Yeah,
man.
Oh, my God.
Il Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night.
Yeah, for Gio, it's lunchtime at that point. All right, so we got a couple of questions from our Patreon people. We let them know you were going to be here. Let's start with the first one with Shane. He said, "Hi, gents. Hope you're all well. What do you think Pulisic's going to be, a cam or right wing? And I think Tamari, whatever his name is, from Porto, will be great for us if we sign him. Can you guys see him starting more games than Giroud?" So we'll start with you, Remo. What do you think for Pulisic? Is he going to be our cam, or is he going to be our right wing? What do you think?
I mean, based on the current formation, definitely he really should be starting on the right wing, even though probably that's not his preferred position, but he can play there. I mean, I'd love to see Leao on the left, Pulisic on the right, and Giroud up the middle, right? If we're doing 4-3-3. I mean, Giroud, as long as he stays healthy, he's going to be the starter, right? But I think they're going to have to manage his minutes around the Champions League matches. I mean, but I think one thing Serie A did this year, if I'm not mistaken, they reduced the number of infrasettimanali, like the number of midweek matches. So
there's only one.
Right. So that's actually a good thing, and then in that sense. So yeah, I mean, Giroud, as long as he stays healthy, he's going to start. But we need, that's what I was saying before. Colombo is a good guy to bring back for depth. We need Taremi would be good. We need maybe another 1 or 2 strikers, preferably under the age of 30, just to have that depth that we need. Like we need that rotation. So yeah.
Isn't Taremi 30 or approaching 30?
He's approaching 32.
All right. So he's already over 30. Interesting.
Yeah.
Franco, I'll give you the next question here. It comes from Alex. Hey, y'all. We'll throw a question out for the New York City club. Are there any opportunities of having an American or two on the Milan roster presents for the New York City club for this upcoming season? And are you expecting Pulisic Fridge fans to follow for the game day get-togethers? So are you expecting more people, you think, just because of Pulisic?
Yeah, I'm going to say I'll start with the second question. I'm going to say yes. I think it's almost a guarantee that we have fringe fans and just U.S. national team fans coming into the bar. I mean, people know that the bar is a fun place to be, and so if they, maybe they're looking for something different, they're going to look to watch some Milan games while they're in town and whatnot. So I definitely expect that. Does it present an opportunity, for fan clubs in the United States, not just us, but all the other ones? I think so. We have a pretty good relationship with the club. Obviously, maybe there's an opportunity for the SoCal group more than us, considering that the team will be there in a couple weeks. So fingers crossed for those guys that maybe something can be set up. I don't expect anything anytime soon, but also the new partnership between Serie A and Rock Nation, now that it's not just a Milan and Rock Nation partnership, now it's a Serie A and Rock Nation partnership. I would be surprised if something did not happen with Rock Nation this season. So,
Third year running, possibly. All right, so we'll move to Beppe on this one. Beppe. All right, this comes from our boy Simon. We call him the Swiss Ambrosini. He's in Switzerland. He kind of has a bit of an Ambrosini look. He says, "What up, crew? I hope you guys enjoy the summer. What do you think so far of the Mercato? Surprised by the busy summer so far after all the negativity at the end of the season. Anyway, I just want to send some love and Forza Milan. Cheers, Simon." So there was a lot of negativity, man. I mean, we kind of touched upon it, but you think Milan so far has been able to kind of turn it around? I know Cardinale is not really putting a lot of stuff out to kind of appease the fans, but at least the signings and stuff like that, like we mentioned earlier, usually we've been waiting for Mr. X on August 30th or 31st to kind of get a big signing, but it seems like we've gotten a lot of decent people. Maybe Mr. X this year will be Chikwueze. Who knows? But you think they've turned it around from all the negativity from that aspect?
So far, they're on the right track. They haven't fully turned it around, but they're on the right track. They're more than halfway there. Because come on, let's be honest, we still need a few pieces.
Definitely. Well, would you say if somebody told you we get a solid right winger, but you're gonna have to wait until next season for the young striker, would you feel okay with that?
Yeah, I guess because we got no choice.
Yeah, but just because right wing has been such a position of, I mean, for fuck's sake, Messias and Salamakers for the last 2 years. I mean, Maldini didn't see, or maybe he knew he just couldn't get the money together to buy a real quality player. But just what we've had the last couple of years, if somebody told you striker or right wing, and you could only pick one, which one would you go with, Pepe?
Striker.
Would you guys all be okay with Taremi?
Yes.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. I mean, would I like something else? Of course. But
I'm definitely on the unpopular side of no.
You're saying no.
I'm definitely on the unpopular side. We have this opportunity right now to go for Balogun. Why don't we? I don't see.
Well,
Obviously,
it's more because Arsenal's price is a little too high.
I know the price is definitely a big thing for the front office. Why not throw in all the chips? You have someone who's young. He's proven he can do it. He's scoring for Team USA, even though he recently just became American. I put it in air quotes because it's the loose term used on social media.
He's an AI American.
AI,
Is that what it
AI,
says?
yeah.
AI American. But I fully believe that if we get Balogun, we might actually be building a proper project with a striker who we have for the long term, instead of just making these short term signings that we have to worry about in a year or two. Like, I love Giroud. Don't get me wrong. Past his time.
there is no long term, short term. With this ownership, a player once it's good after 2-3 years is gonna be gone. Get ready because the Pallotta 2.0s are coming.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, it's reality. I'm not happy about it, but it's what it is.
So true.
Pepe's there to give you the truth.
He's not wrong. I mean, that's just the way it is nowadays. I mean, again, nobody thought Tonali was going to go. He went, but at the same time, who knew he was going to go for 70 million? How do you even, that's the thing. He became the most expensive Italian signing ever, which is to me blows my mind. But if you think about other players in the past, look at that. Because look, I'll be honest. I don't want to get into the Tonali thing, but when we said that we, Donnarumma, these other guys, Kessie, they went on freeze. I mean, look, we cashed in big on this kid. Again, great kid, and I wish him all the best. Maybe he'll come back to us one day, but it's hard to say no to that kind of money in today's climate. It's just like Beppe said, that's how it is nowadays. That's the mercato. The prices, it's like New York real estate. The prices are ridiculous, or it's inflated, right? Values are inflated.
Very, very true. All right, so last question, and we'll start with you, Mikey. This comes from Lab Gorilla. He said, how long do you give Pioli to get a tune out of such a massive number of new players? Rumors, if true, is that we're only halfway through our Mercato so far. Do you therefore give him the whole season because this is his first window where he gets the targets he actually wants?
Gio
Start
wanted
with
this
you.
question.
Oh
Oh,
God.
Gio's on deck. Gio's on deck.
You're talking to one of the guys who's very on and off about Pioli. I really don't believe in his project. I haven't for this whole season. I feel like this is his last chance at redemption until he's out the door.
I think
Um,
he's lined up to be the scapegoat. I think he will be blamed if things don't go according to plan because they've already put it out in the press that Pioli has more of a say, which worries me because why wouldn't the coach have any say in the players that you go at least attempt to purchase? But Gio picked up his T-Mobile. He started making calls. He's channeling Pioli right now. Gio, what do you think? Do you think he's got a long leash or no?
Those first 10 games, baby, those is brutal, baby. Hopefully we win our first 4 and we'll be riding high. Because if not, the alcohol budget's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a lot of IPAs. Sorry, Franco. A lot of Amstels here and there. A lot of seltzers. It's just gonna be crazy. Okay, but to me, Fabio, I don't know. I think Pioli in these first 10 games, we win 4 out of 10. He's got to go, bro. That's 12 points, Fabio.
I know you mentioned it on an earlier show, and I was like, we're gonna be in. Oh my god, we're gonna be in like it's gonna be a horror show. Mm-hmm. Jack is gonna be the only happy person because the alcohol bill is gonna be through the roof at the bar. But Remo, you think he's gonna have a long leash, or I mean, what's your opinion with new players? Now he has more say, supposedly. How you feeling about Pioli?
Yeah, no, I gotta say, honestly, as you guys know, most of you guys know, I'm definitely a Pioli guy. I've been a supporter of him, but I gotta agree with Gio here. Like the short leash in the sense of, yeah, those first 10 games, the brutal, the schedule. Like he's been there a couple of years now. I know the players are new, but that's why I started by saying the signings are very targeted. They're tactical. They're being made to fit the type of players that he wants, the system that he wants. And like you said, Fabio, he's having more say now. So in a sense, with that more responsibility, right? He's going to have to take the flack if things don't go right. Like he's been given more of a mantle now and more, with not being gone. So in that sense, I agree. Like like I said, I've been a supporter of his, but like, yeah, and he has to show that his system works and the players that he asked for, because he's getting the players essentially that he asked for, or the types of players that he asked for. So I don't think that the gelling needs to happen, but it also needs to happen pretty quickly based on his formation, his ideas, and his tactics, right? If we got to see the first 10 games are going to be critical because that's going to tell a lot.
Yeah, I mean, Franco, what do you think? What's your opinion on Mista here? Do we think he's got the whole season? I mean, Milan's not very well known of firing coaches in the middle of the season very often.
No, especially with the budget mentality that we've had in the last couple of seasons. Like that's why I wouldn't be surprised. Like even if we ran into like some real trouble in the league, that if they let him stick around just for that very reason. But yeah, that first 10 games is a doozy, man. I mean, the first 4 is a doozy.
But if we can get through the November and December schedule, seems to be easier, where we can really rack up some points. So I feel like if those first 10 games he can get the team playing well, now he's going to have a full preseason to get most of his players into his system. Hopefully have some good preseason games, which they don't really mean anything. Let's just hope everybody stays healthy. But hopefully he doesn't have a slow start, because I don't think, like everybody's mentioned, these first 10 games are pretty brutal. And all I'm saying before I ask Beppe, if we lose to fucking Inter again, make it a 5th time in 1 year, in 1 calendar year, I don't know if I can take it. I might be the first to get on the Pioli out bandwagon, which I don't want, because that's instability. I don't like that. I want my team to be very structured and in place, not wondering if we're firing people and this and that. But Beppe, what's your opinion of Pioli, man? Is the leash long? Is it the 10 games?
Is the leash long for me, or is the leash long in general?
Again, you're in the panel, all right? It's you. You are the third
Me,
guy.
to be honest, I have never liked Pioli.
Ooh.
But for one reason.
Okay.
I never consider him to be a Milan type coach.
Okay.
But now I also don't consider Ranks, Dest, Milan type players either. So we're in a new dimension which I have to get used to.
Very
But my
true.
point is, I made a big mistake, and I told the guys on the chat, I love Gattuso, but I said, you know what? He's not the right coach. He's got to go. But what do they do, these fucking assholes? They give me Gianpaolo. So now I'm going to go back to the same thing. If I cry about getting rid of Pioli, and you're going to give me garbage just for the sake of changing it, then stay the way you are. Because my names, I'm not reasonable. I'm talking about Milan deserves names like Guardiola, Klopp, Ancelotti. Those kind of names belong on Milan, to me. But again, I'm the stupid one that still thinks that Milan is still this Milan, and it's not. So unfortunately, I got to remember that it's a new age, a new dimension. These coaches go to places where they have unlimited money.
Yeah.
They could buy whoever they want. Because, you win because you're good, but you win because you got talent. What buys talent? Are you get talent? Money. So unfortunately, but again, Pioli has made a lot of fucked up things that make you want to rip your hair out because I got no hair.
We lost him.
You know what I mean?
He's back. He's only gone for a moment. He's back. Hold on, give me a second. There he is.
No,
he only heard you, and he's got a lot of connections with T-Mobile. He cut you right off.
So I mean, like I said, he did good with the Scudetto, obviously, but it was a collective thing. But I just, me personally, this is the reason why I don't like Pioli, and I'm always going to be a little skeptical. But again, I'm reasonable enough. I have a brain that I could say, listen, you got to keep him because what is the alternative? Is anybody available? Is there anybody worth taking?
That guy in England that everybody is.
It's got to be because he's on a release clause. That's
exactly. Everybody's stuck to the bed sheets for that guy right now. So
well, you know
he's
why?
The young
because
Italian that
everyone. He brings players, but that guy will never be even looked for by Redbird because look what happened to Maldini when he said we got to invest. They'll be like, okay, get rid of him. Go.
It's interesting how he said we had to invest. They get rid of him and then they invest. It was like they shot the messenger. I don't know.
Well, also, a birdie said that someone wanted to bring in Pirlo as a replacement for Pioli, but
and that see, and I wouldn't have been happy with that.
No,
because Pirlo needs to do another 5-6 years. Like Pirlo's doing the right thing now. You went to Turkey, whatever the fuck he was. Now you're in Sampdoria and Serie B. Look at Inzaghi. Inzaghi never really fully went to a nice team. His brother got more success, but now he's in with a Gina in Serie B. Some coaches are just have a dimension.
Hopefully, Serie B.
Hopefully, because
they might. Yeah. All right. So those are the questions of the Patreon. We appreciate you guys sending the questions in. All right, now the next couple of segments are all about the club, all right? Because this is why we wanted to do this. The New York City club obviously has been around since 2010, right, guys? That's when it officially became the New York City club. Oh, wait. Okay.
Yeah.
But before it was
Fabio,
like New
you
York,
don't
New
even
Jersey.
know your whole
I was all
No, you wild then, Fabio. Get out of here. You're fired. You're fired.
Your shirt.
Oh yeah, it's on my, you're right. It is on my shirt. I'm an asshole.
Yeah, but so like if you're talking about like the like true like modern day sense of Milan Club New York City, then it's like 2011.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I ask you guys, and Mikey, since I'm the like newest one, but Mikey, you're the second newest one. We'll start with you. Now I'm going to ask you guys, each of you, what is your best moment with the New York City club? And Mikey, obviously the other three I think are going to have really great ones. So we're going to start with you first, and we'll kind of move around. So what's your best moment of the New York City club that you've had?
There's too many to count. Definitely getting to go to the Paramount Plus event at Brooklyn Bridge Park and like as a rep of the club.
right.
That was awesome. DJing at the Puma store. I feel like
That was
nothing
awesome.
can beat that. Scaroni 40-40 versus Juve. Remo's after parties. It just
Oh, yeah.
there's never a dull moment in there, honestly. It's so good. It feels like a second family. I definitely want to apologize to Jack for sneaking in when I was 20. Yeah, won't happen again, trust. But
all right. So for me, I'm gonna have to lean towards you DJing in the Puma store because that was pretty fucking cool. Beppe, let's go with you before we get to the other guys. What is your best moment with the club?
The Baresi event.
Of course. That's where Gio's extra jealous.
That Baresi event was just the way it was organized, the way everything. Plus, me, like, I'm biased because the Baresi event for me, I was literally the last line of defense when people were meeting him because he didn't speak English. So I literally spent the entire day with him. I got some shots with him watching the Bayern Munich game from Kansas City. Like, I'm having a conversation with a guy that I grew up watching, like literally the way I'm talking to you, but literally like this next to me, and I'm making comment. I'm getting the guy a vodka tonic. Like it was just. I mean, and with Masada, it was been fun too. But Baresi was just the whole day. We had fun. We were playing with the raffles. The whole that night, that place was magical. I mean, it doesn't sound maybe it sounds corny to people, but it was magical. We had the entire bar, and it was just everything felt so good into place that even the Milan people that came over, we organized it so well that the Milan people just took it easy. Instead of them organizing it, they were just getting drunk and having fun.
Yeah, they got hammered that night. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
So
That's
it was
awesome.
Fun. It was fun.
Man.
It was a beautiful day.
Franco, what's
Yeah,
your best moment? I mean, you obviously have a ton, but what's your most memorable?
No,
one?
my answer is the same, and it's not even close. Second place isn't even close. The Baresi event is easily the most special night in the history of the club in my eyes, for the reasons that Beppe noted. Like, the amount of work that we put into that event and to make it so successful, to earn the trust of the club, so that they knew that we would would be able to come through and pull off future events as well. To have Fondazione Milan involved and to raise money for a good cause, and have people come up to you at the end of the night and just say, this was one of the coolest nights of my life. I really appreciate it and thank you. All of that, and then you put the greatest legend in the history of the club in there as well. There's no comparison to that. I would say number 2 is the Scudetto day, but it's not even close. Like a distant second. It's just a very gratifying experience, and it's just one that we're never going to forget.
That's awesome. Remo, do you have anything different, or are you going to agree with the boys?
I mean, I can't disagree with everything they said. I mean, the Baresi one was the first thing that popped into my head too. So everything they said, I reiterate that. I mean, honorable mention, like Franco said, to the Scudetto party, but I mean, the Baresi event is still up there. What I will say is the combination that week was so special for the club because the combination of the Baresi event happening and in essentially the same week, later that week we went up to Boston for the friendly with Benfica. Like those two events together, like it was a culmination of like 10 years of work with this club, like putting us on the map. When I say putting us on the map, we were already on the map, obviously, because of the club was already there for a while, known Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. But those two events coupled together in the same week just like took us to another level. And it was just fantastic. Like that was such a special week for the club as a whole.
Isn't that the spot that they snapped that picture of you guys putting the banner down that they showed I believe on Milan when they were showing like the clubs and stuff like that? It's like Franco leaning over. I think that's in Gillette Stadium, right?
It is.
Yeah.
No
special shout out for your boy Sandro popping in. I mean, I know that was a great event, but
it wasn't a club event, so we don't really count that.
Yeah,
it was official in that sense. Yeah,
yeah.
But the best.
I know Gio likes that one the best. Gio's been harping on that one for a minute because he just wants to say that's why Sandro is an actual.
Nah, they've been trashing his name, so I got to protect the name, man. Like the character, they're trying to think he's a stripper, and we don't do that shit over here, man. We about respect over here. So that's all I'm just saying and stuff like that. I found out about you guys through IFTV because they recorded that event. Antonio was there. He was speaking to Baresi. He had him sign the IFTV shirt. They gave him a shirt. So that's how I found out. Like, oh dang, there's all these club things going around. So that's cool. You guys always throw the good event, and that event it was out of nowhere because I remember you guys did like a post like 3 days before. And then I was looking at the time. I was looking at the time, and it said $1,000 round trip ticket. I said, "No."
It was about 2 weeks before where we were finally able to say this is happening. Yep.
Really cool. Really cool. All right, so Franco, this question is really for you here, being that you are the spokesperson of the club. Obviously, with the Rock Nation events that have gone on at the 40/40 Club, surprise visits from Presidente, legends coming to the club, even players stopping by. It's really, what do you envision for 2024, 23-24 season? Anything the club is particularly striving to do that's kind of beyond than what you've already done?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if the opportunity of events, like, that's always a prospect, and if they present themselves, we're of course going to put them into high consideration, right? Right now, there's nothing specific in the works. However, I think obviously events are really secondary when it comes to club operations, and this is like some of the points that we really try to drive home, especially when it comes to people who ask us for advice for starting a club and younger clubs, and what do I do? Because really the main focus for 23-24 really is the same one as 22-23. From an organizational standpoint, our goal is always the same, and that's just we want as many people in the bar as possible. Regardless of the opponent, regardless of the magnitude of the game, we've been getting really steady crowds over the last 3-4 seasons. And, we want to keep that. People hear about the atmosphere. They don't want to hear like, oh, you came to Milan Verona and it's not as hyped today. We want it to be as awesome and as high energy as possible for every single game. I would say the other thing is, I don't know, from a personal level, at least, like we want more female members. We like when women come, because when they're in the group photo, every week we post a group photo after a match. When other women's, when women see other women in the group photo, they know that it's a safe place, to go. Like they're not going to be, not like outcasted, but they're not going to feel out of place. Let's put it that way. So, the last 2-3 seasons we've had more women showing up, including your wife and all that kind of stuff. So, that's a real positive for me personally. And we're also working on new merch, which we've been working really hard on that over the last week, actually. And hopefully we get that squared away over the next month. And then we have it at least for probably not the first game of the season, but hopefully, by the Derby latest.
Well, that's an objective I can get behind. More female members. Perfect.
You're about to get in trouble, Fabio.
Hey, it's not about me. It's not about me, all right? It's not
on the couch.
I bring my girl to the bar with me, all right? I'm not hiding.
Right. That's right.
I even bring female friends as well.
But hey, listen, we got a lot of single members, so
you're damn right. All right, that's great. That's great. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna quickly ask this one. All right, the season is just a few weeks away, but does anybody have any trips planned to Milano yet? Remo, anything in the works? So you're gonna try to get to Milano this year?
Nothing right now, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I went twice in the last year, so saw 3 games last year, so I don't know. We'll see. But maybe in the springtime. I don't know. More towards the springtime, to be honest.
All right. Franco, you have something in the works, don't you?
Well, yeah. As an official club thing, no. But I'm shooting for the return derby in April.
Very nice, very nice. What about you, Pepe? Are you gonna try to make it out to Milan one time?
I'll try. It's gonna have to be like in January, February,
This guy
something
works
like that.
83 hours a day.
That's
Yeah.
very true. Very true.
So
But
I
you
mean, I
guys,
would like to.
but you guys did get to all go Franco's for your 40th birthday, right?
Yep.
Very nice.
Big
What
shout
about
out
you,
to these guys.
Mikey? You're gonna try to go?
If Emirates doesn't cancel my flight again, absolutely. I was devastated the last time. Everyone knows the story. I keep saying it.
Have you been to the San Siro yet?
Never. Not once in my life.
All right, we gotta
Not for
get
a game.
Mikey over there. Not for. Oh, you've been for something else?
No, not for something else. I'm supposed to be going with my sister for a Taylor Swift concert next year.
Wait,
Crazy.
what?
Yes. They're selling.
Just say don't mention the Taylor
Just say-
Swift part.
just say
Just
concert.
say you're gonna go for vacation. Don't.
You're gonna fly 9 hours to go see Taylor Swift, and you could have seen it here.
No, you couldn't have seen her here. Not even if you tried.
Oh boy!
You couldn't have
Well,
seen her.
at least book like what do you call it? One of those
I'm
walk
wearing-
arounds around the San
Yeah,
Siro.
could you?
I'm wearing
Hold on one
this.
second. Could you imagine the Curva Sud, that blue thing? Instead of having people singing purely like whatever chants, you're there freaking Swiftying it up.
No, the worst thing.
Ego.
The Curva Sud is where the stage is. All the seats are on the sides and the Curva Nord. My sister got tickets in the Curva Nord, and she didn't even notice.
Oh, that sucks.
I have to sit there.
Take some club stickers with you.
I will absolutely. And
Gio.
the Curva Nord.
Well, enjoy Taylor Swift, buddy.
I'm gonna die there.
All right, Gio, are we making a trip in March? Put your mic on, you son.
I think we're gonna have to meet up for Frank. Facebook Frank's 40th birthday. I think he said. Fabio?
I think he did. That was
He
the same
did.
time we were
No,
looking.
yeah, right here. It's in the chat, Fabio. So let's plan it out. Let's see what's going on, man. And I'm just ready.
I pushed it up.
Ready.
I was saying, since me and Gio turned 40 about a month apart, that we should try to do a 40th birthday thing where we both go maybe at the end of March or
Tim's
beginning.
going. Tim's going, bro.
Tim's
We
going
need
too.
go.
Tim's still got to get his passport. All right, him and some of the other players. Him and Kamada are both online to get their passports right now.
April Derby. Let's go.
Yo,
Yeah.
I'll come with you guys so I can turn 40 again. Let's do that.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds good. All right. So Facebook Frank wants us to go to the 10th. I don't know. I would go for the Derby though, and especially since
Can I ask-
we'd be the home
can I
team
ask-
that time.
Can I ask
Of course, Gio.
the president a question? Are you just guys like New Yorkers that you guys gotta make your merch exclusive? Gio gotta call up Fabio to go get his stuff done. Y'all like a pair of Air Jordans or a pair of Fortaleza tequila. It sells out instantly.
No, it's only
Right.
sold at the bar. My bad.
It's meant to be exclusive, but there's a reason for that. Maybe Franco can answer that better than me, but yeah.
No, I mean you have the answer too. I mean it shows that you like. I mean the short answer is it shows that you came to the bar. The longer answer is like there's people all over the world that just want a shirt that says like New York on it, and it's like a Milan and New York shirt on it, and that's not the point. The point is you showed up.
That's right, Gio. Go see your family in Queens.
If anything,
Get
you're
your ass over
privileged.
here.
You're privileged because you own stuff and you never showed up.
Nah, man, that's true. It was like when I was collecting shoes, baby. I got a lot of family in New York City, so I was making a lot of wire transfers back in the days, So
Don't worry, we're gonna get Gio
I
into
just
New
knew
York
you guys
soon.
had to be New York. That's a New Yorker thing. We gotta have that exclusivity.
No,
You know who gave us that idea? To be quite honest, because we were like this close to making a web store, and then we were talking to the PSG club one day. They have a very big presence in the football factory.
Oh, fucking noisy too.
Yeah, but the guy who runs it is really good. We have a really good relationship with him, and he was the one who said that's what they do, and we bought in big time. We were like, you know what, you're fucking right, man. Nobody's just getting that shit. It's not about the money, obviously. It's just about creating that vibe. So
My wife has to tell me I have like an allowance when I go to the bar because every time I go, I'll buy another shirt. I have to control myself. But
not confirmed, but we might have 2 different shirts this year. One in the first half and one in the second half.
See, I like this scarf, but I really love this one. This one, I know.
Yeah,
I told
exactly.
Rebo,
Thank you.
we love this one a lot. This one is very thin, but it's awesome. But this just the
but now it's
the
time
thickness
for
on this
too.
one is good.
Might be coming back. We'll see.
Oh man! All right, guys. So last kind of thing before we get to our parting shots, it's show and tell. I got a teacher on the panel. I had to bring out the show and tell, baby. All right. So we're gonna start with our collector here. All right. So and we'll get around. Everybody, your most memorable or precious item that you have that's Milan related. Beppe, I know you're gonna just point at fucking 13,000 shirts you have behind you, but if you had to pick one thing,
memorable and precious is 2 different things, though.
Yep.
All right, so let's
Because
go with precious.
I could give you the rarest thing and probably the most expensive thing that I have. And I could give you something that's very iconic to me.
All right, so let's go. You have so much stuff, I have to ask for both. All right, let's go with what is the most expensive thing you have, because I'm fucking interested. Yeah, what is it? What is the most memorable thing that you have?
It's not Milan though.
That's fine.
Whoa! What a curveball! All right, what is it? What is it?
Fabio, I didn't get the memo, but it's all right.
Gotta be a Baggio.
The national team.
What's he cooking? What is he cooking?
Oh, okay. No, he's. You're right. It's probably a national team.
Gotta be Baggio.
Oh
no! Wait.
Oh no! That's 2006.
Yeah,
that's a match issue from the World Cup.
Wow.
All right.
Is that Del Piero?
Yep.
7.
That is Del Piero.
Okay.
Very nice.
I also have the match issues from the Euro, which is
okay.
It's the only good gold ball.
What?
It's the only good gold ball.
Yep.
The ultimate goal. But yeah, he's the best one.
All right. So is that the most valuable thing or the most precious thing? That one.
The most valuable thing. The most precious thing is from probably the best as a Milan fan. The best day of my life as a Milan fan.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Which is this?
Is that 2003? Right?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well done.
That's beautiful. And this is a match-worn jersey?
Match issued from that night.
Woo!
Which is the back then. That's when Adidas. I don't know if you remember the 2002 World Cup.
Yeah.
When they were getting stuff, when they used to take the shirts off, they had this like technology.
Wow.
And it was getting like, but this is this is from that night. This is one of the shirts that you didn't get to wear. So this is
if Nesta comes to New York, you're bringing that jersey to get
you know
to
what's,
sign it?
You know what's fucked up? That
you were gonna go
Nesta did come to New York. I didn't get to see him.
Oh, I know he was in
I
Philadelphia recently.
Yeah, but he went to M. Del Piero, I think, we were at a Serie A event, and I couldn't go. Or I just happened to be there. I guess other people went, whatever it was. But I would have loved twice. He's come, and I couldn't see him. So hopefully there's going to be a third time. But you know, as long as he's not working, and he's not coaching, there's a way. But I think he just got a job. He's coaching somewhere now.
Interesting.
Reggiana, I think it is, or something like that.
All right. Well, I'm sure. Listen, Mikey, we're gonna save you for last because I don't want to. The other two are probably gonna have awesome stuff as well. So, Revo, we'll start with you, man. What is your most memorable or precious item that you have?
Yeah, I got a couple of them, but I mean, I certainly don't have as many jerseys as Beppe, but I have a couple pieces that I like. But okay, so here's the one that probably I like the best. You guys can see it. It's official program from the 1963 final.
Wow, that's awesome.
Benfica. So I have it framed, obviously, and on the wall.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So I think they actually have one in the museum too, and I was like, hey, I have one at home.
That's right.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Right, yeah. As far as like valuable, I don't know, but yeah, one of my favorite pieces. Yeah.
No, it's favorite is what we're looking for. What means most to you guys, Franco? I'm sure you got something cool, man. What is your most precious item that you have?
Yeah, I mean, I own not as many jerseys as Beppe, but I have a decent amount. And one hangs on the wall in the room right above me. It's a Maldini jersey from it's unfortunately it's an 05 jersey, but signed personally. I got to meet the guy twice in my life, which is incredible in itself. And he signed the jersey, and it's in a nice frame in our guest room upstairs.
That is awesome.
With a nice little shrine. That falls into the valuable category. The most precious is something that if anybody looked at it, they would say, "What is this piece of garbage?" It's literally a torn, worn, discolored scarf that my dad used to wear like almost every single day. It comes out maybe 3-4 times a year for games, and that's it. That's
nice. That's nice.
That's the precious one.
That's awesome. Mikey, what you got, man? I know it's going to be hard to live up to what these guys got.
No shot. It's a signed Theo jersey that...
Hey, that's pretty cool too, man.
It was supposed to be gifted to the club, and we were supposed to hang it up in the bar. It was a gift from Serie A's office in New York, but Franco let me have it. So I was
that's awesome.
Yeah, let's take it home.
No, that was a committee decision. That's attributed to everybody.
That's awesome. Very nice. Very nice. You got to DJ the party now for free. There you go. That's awesome. Very cool, man. You got to get a nice frame for it because that's pretty awesome. Gio,
I'm working on it. I just have it like hanging in my closet.
I
Basically.
got you.
I haven't touched it.
I got you. That's really cool to have, man. Definitely cool. Gio, what's the most memorable thing you have? You have so many damn jerseys. I know you try to trade jerseys with Calabria when you see him and stuff like that, but you don't want to give up the jersey.
Nah. When I see him, I'm gonna tell him that we need a shirt swap. But anyways, I didn't get the memo, Fabio, but it's the '94 Lotto Champions League final jersey. I mean, I just remember it. Just remembers me as a 10-year-old watching it, fall in love with the club. And the reason I hate Barcelona till this day, and they can rot in hell, and they can eat a pile of shit, especially Johan Cruyff after all that caca he was talking.
Amazing.
I love it. I knew it was going to have something to do with 94. Gio loves that 94 team. Always has a special place in his heart.
For sure.
Oh, man.
To me, rocked them.
Like
we rocked them 4-0 there.
But it's a very underrated team. Everybody always talks about the Sacchi, Milan, and Ancelotti. They always forget about that Capello.
Yeah.
They always forget about him.
Yeah, they made the final 3 years in a row.
Yep.
My most precious thing, and again, stuff, I have so many things that I've lost over the years, jerseys that I've bought that I have no idea. But I just got a custom-made crest that I can put on my wall that is like literally the only thing I have in my den. I posted it kind of all over the place, but right now that's probably top things. Mine's not like valuable. I'm just super grateful that my wife let me rope in going to Milan during our honeymoon and got to experience being there. Yes, it was Giampaolo's Milan, but it doesn't matter. We won. It was the home opener. I got to be there, and she really let me kind of rope the 3-4 days around. Just it was all about being at Casa Milan, staying across the street from the stadium. Just it was all Milan for those 3 days, and hands down, that is the best thing. It's not any actual value, but when I look at the pictures and I look at the video, it still is the fucking greatest thing that I've ever got to do. But I digress. Now we're down to the final moments here. It's, of course, the parting shots. So we're going to go one more time around the board here, guys. This can be anything you want, any final thoughts, messages you want to share. So we're going to go with the president because the president always starts first. Remo, give us your parting shot, brother.
All right. Thanks, Fabio, once again for having us. I'm just going to say one thing. I think it summarized everything because there's a lot of stuff that's happened in the last couple of weeks with the club, with Milan, a lot of turmoil. We know that. But Milan is above any player, above any owner, above any particular period in time. And Milan is sempre in Milan and will always remain. The club is above everything. So, we go through ups and downs. We go through some tough times, some better times, but we're all Milan fans here, but like Milan as a club, as an organization, as something that's important to us, it's above everything, and it's again it's irrespective of ownership. It's irrespective of, everything, the players, everything that's going on. So, questi colori non si discutono ever. So
Nice.
Well said. Well said. Franco, you're a spokesperson. What's your parting shots here?
It was more of like a indigestion type of thing. It was.
I like it. I like it. Give it to us.
Just those match times for the first 4 weeks of Serie A.
Hot
garbage. They're garbage from a club standpoint, obviously for selfish reasons. They're garbage for North American fans in general.
Yes,
they're
indeed.
garbage for Italian fans, our friends, who travel every week, Milan Club Cugiano and Penisola Sorrentina and all those people that we keep in good touch with. They're just as pissed as us. The Monday and Friday away games to start the season is just complete garbage.
Monday Night Football, we're not fans of it.
That's trash. and then just thank you, everybody. Thank you for having this roundtable with us in the middle of the summer. It's always cool. Inter merda.
Inter merda. Right there. I love it. Beppe, what's your parting shot, brother?
I mean, my parting shot is that let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what's gonna happen. Because right now it's we gotta be careful. That's all. I'm happy things are happening, but I'm not one to get too excited because I've seen it. I've seen how hard it falls when we're that high. How hard it falls, but we look good. I mean, let's do the preparation right away. Let's get the pieces that we get again. Let's hope that those first 10 games are not too tough. Otherwise, you're gonna have to have me back here venting.
Oh, Pepe, trust me, you're gonna be in a short list of people we call very. I told you, Gio's wanted you on for a long time, my man. Trust me, this is not your last time on the show for sure.
Believe me, because I gotta, instead of me venting to the chat and annoying everybody, I might as well do it in a platform like this.
Yes, and you're always welcome. That goes for all of you. Mikey, what's your parting shot, brother?
First, I want to say, Fabio, Gio, thank you guys for having me so much. I really appreciate it. Definitely want to come back on if I'm ever able to. And Interi stava fanculo.
Hell yeah.
Fanculo. Interi stava fanculo. Interi stava fanculo.
That doesn't get any better than that right there. G, what's your parting shot for the show?
Man, just want to say appreciate y'all for coming, man. This is very exclusive right here, like New York City is. My favorite city in New York, my favorite state in the whole world, even better than California. I love it out there.
And you don't want to walk around your city, do you?
Nah. LA is bad right now.
You work too close to Compton to be talking like that, G. You better take it easy.
Real estate is up the roof, but they robbing you out here, no matter where you at. So I just want to appreciate everybody. Even Beppe, I think he sent us a message during Twitter, and I said I appreciate having a legend coming on. Milan are in a bad PR when Beppe has to come on Twitter on one of the spaces going in. I was like, I told you, Fabio, everybody want to split the Jerry got not good PR, but nah. So I just want to thank everybody, and then just appreciate to my brother Fabio, man. We grown from being a patron to now doing our own thing right here on MWP. And I'm going to make it out there back to New York City. He's been calling me. My girlfriend's been telling me to go back.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
You got to get your
I told you I got an open bedroom for you, man.
Oh, and Beppe, I was wondering if you have like a Mezba, a match history shirt.
No. I got Duarte if you want.
No.
It's so good.
Actually, literally right here.
This is so good.
Oh my god. Oh,
because
Lord.
this is the game that it was at.
It's Torino.
With against Torino, yeah. So
please tell me Bonucci jersey. Just please tell me you don't have one.
Yeah, I have two of them. I have, but from that year, from that season, I have two Bonucci. I had Kalinic.
That's all. We all got duped. We all got duped.
Please tell me you have a Lord Barini. I will die happy.
No, Borini, no, not Borini. I got Coloccini.
Nice.
Match 1 from 2005.
The man that never was.
Yeah, I remember that. See what I mean?
Good at Newcastle.
Newcastle. Yeah, but you see how you go back and you see some players that are supposed to be this and they never are.
Right.
You never know. Let's see what happens.
Like Vikash Doraso, like the great Vikash.
Oh, that guy! I want to buy his shirt and Emmanuel's shirt just to show it to one of our very good friends, which is Francesco Campari. He loves that player.
Oh man. Oh, great, guys. Well, my parting shot is obviously thank you to all you guys. Thank you to everybody in the chat who's been with us the whole time. If you want to help the channel, as we always tell you and remind you all the time, man, you know what you got to do. You got to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you get the notification bell so you're up to date with all of our latest videos. And smash that like button. Make sure you share with all your friends. Follow us on all our social platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, your sister and your mother's ass. Wherever you can, smash it, baby. All right. OnlyFans. You'll find exclusive pics of Gio and Steve and Jello. Unbelievable. You don't want to miss it. All right. Guys,
what kind of show are you running? Between trying to get people to come to the bar for single ladies, left ass cheek, and now your sister's ass. Oh God!
Listen, I never lie. Viewer discretion is always advised when you tune into our show. It's just how it is. But guys, I just want to say a special thank you. Obviously, you know how much you guys mean to me because I'm a part of the club. Obviously, Remo and Franco, you know how much I love you guys. And Beppe, you and Mikey, I love you guys so much. Mikey, I'm always support you when you're playing. Hit me up. I'll be there. I'll be your cameraman. You already know it. And Beppe, like I said 3-4 times already, expect to be called upon many times to come over here and voice your opinion, man. We love it. But really, guys, thank you all so much for taking your time. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful summer. I hope to see you. Unfortunately, not until September because this stupid schedule fucked me big time. Yep. But I will be in Arizona for the Derby. So if you're in Milan Club Phoenix, come check me out over there. 9 a.m. Fuck, we got to start drinking early. But guys, ovunque e sempre. Forza Milan. Good night, everybody. Peace out.
Good night.